Welcome to Wedding Tip Wednesday. And I first started as an officiant. It wasn't something that I did very well. And because I've heard some experienced officiants talk about not wanting to do this or thinking that it's unnecessary, the statistics are now that people have to hear from you like 8 times before they really get it through their head who and what you're offering. And it's not just what you're offering, but because we've often connected with somebody personally, it may seem like a horrible thing when we don't hear back from them. Usually, I send a follow-up 3 days after I've talked to them, 5 days after I've talked to them, and then once a week. And then the last one is one that says, I don't want, it says exactly that, I don't want to bug you. So if you're really not interested in any information, let me know. Now, I've had a lot of success with this. It might seem excessive to follow up with someone. It does not have to be a fancy email or something really long and involved connection that you make with them again. But it is important to continue to put your name in front of somebody. And so here's one of the reasons that I think it's really important to do that. And this is the feedback that I've gotten from couples who have hired me, and I've gotten some of these emails. There are so many different things that can pile up in a couple's life, and so it is up to us to follow through if we're really interested in officiating for them. Really follow up and be persistent, but yet be caring. The way that I look at this is that I'm doing them a favor by reminding them, because it takes something off of their plate. I even do this, like I have a friend here who is a wonderful wedding planner, and she's actually, it's Stacy, and we had done an interview last winter with her, and she was talking about working with officiants and that kind of thing. So you can find that in the video tab. But she recommended a couple to me a couple of weeks ago. We met on the phone, and they said that they were going to make a decision in the beginning of November. And so I just shot off a little email to her and said, how's your couple doing? Have they gotten any closer to making a decision? And when she checked with them, she said, well, they had gotten so busy and we'd all gotten distracted, and thank you so much for following up. 10 minutes later, I got an email from her saying, yes, they've chosen you as their officiant. So that's good news. I booked another person for 2020. When you follow up and you show people that you really care and that you're on the ball, whether it's with a wedding planner or with a couple, it can really help to get a booking for yourself. One of the things that I do after about the 3rd email that I send to them is I give them something free, something that I think will help them in making a decision. Like I have a PDF that says, how to choose your officiant, and it actually has questions on there that will help somebody to make a decision. It gives questions that they can ask us, because the other thing is that most people, unless it's like an older couple, it's their 2nd or 3rd wedding, they've never been through this before, and provide something that will give them some guidelines to ask those kinds of questions. So, having something that is easy for them to refer to and helps them shows that you're supporting them, that you care about them. One of the other things that I have done with people, particularly people who have called me and they've done the quote-unquote ghosted thing, is I will shoot them off a little email that says, did something really happen to you? I'm kind of concerned about you. And yet, did somebody die in your family? Have you gotten really sick? Is there something that I can do to help you? And I mean that sincerely. I don't suggest that you do that just because you're trying to manipulate the situation, but because you genuinely care. I think one of the reasons that I've been so successful is because I genuinely care, and I am curious about what's going on with my couples. So, think about that. Think about, have you followed up enough with a person? One of the things that I encourage you to do also when you are reconnecting with a couple in an email is to use their language. So like if they're talking about you being their officiant, or if they're talking about you being their minister or a celebrant or whatever, use that word. If they say things like, yeah, we're looking at getting hitched, don't go into more formal language. Use the same language that they have and say, I'd like to talk with you about helping you get hitched, that kind of thing. So use the same kind of language. don't get disheartened if somebody doesn't call you back. I mean, even as experienced as I am with all of the resources that I have, that I use now, I don't get hired by every person either. I've gotten ghosted from people, even with my best intentions and my autoresponder. One of the things that you can also check out that is free, and you can set up emails that will go out automatically, is Constant Contact or Mail Easy to set up. Now I'm getting connection is bad again, so I don't know how much of you're seeing and how much is cutting out from this, but check those out. They are pretty user friendly now, and they are free up to, I think you can have like 2,500 email contacts in there before you start to get charged, but it will help you to send out just basic emails, email reminders, responders. If you want to provide an e-newsletter for the couples that you do have, then that's a really wonderful way to on automatic, so that you can forget about it after a while. One of the things that I like about the system that I use, which is Infusionsoft, and I do not recommend Infusionsoft for anybody who is new. It takes a lot to figure that system out. Some people will really connect with you. Some people won't be able to afford you. Some people want you for free. There's all different kinds of things that can happen in a person's life. So keep up with them. I know that if I don't get hired by somebody, it's not because I didn't do my best to connect with them. And that's the thing that I would just hope for you, that you do your very best to really follow up with people. Just like you would to think about them as like your cousin, and now you're following up with them to just say, it was really nice talking with you. And then maybe the third email will say, I just want to know if you've got any questions, if there's anything that I can answer for you, or is there anything that I can provide for a person who's helping you to make that decision about what officiant you're going to hire. Okay? Officiant email system, which has the first contact, first response email that I use, as well as 2 follow-up emails. And it's also got emails that you can use to continue to connect with your couple once they've hired you, how to ask for reviews. And I can post a link to that if you're interested in that. It's just $29, and you just plug your own personal information into those templates that I provide, and then off you go. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So it makes it a lot easier for you too. Okay? I hope that was helpful for you. Really, follow up. Think of it as doing them a favor, not as bugging them or being aggressive or too assertive or anything like that. Be friendly, be kind, and I think that, all of that stuff, it just creates good karma. And I think that you take good karma with you wherever you go. Whenever you're connecting with people, there's just this, that you care about people and that you want them to have a really good experience during their wedding. So, okay. All right. Well, that's it for today's Wedding Tip Wednesday. If anybody has a topic that they would like me to talk about on a Wedding Tip Wednesday, feel free to let me know what that is, and I will certainly see if I have any font of wisdom that I can add to that topic. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye.